Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christian Reyes Baculio, and today I'm going to present to you my magisterial lecture for my research paper entitled On Hans Jonas and Confucius, a comparative exploration of social responsibility. Now, the question that I seek to to ask in this paper is that can man still practice his virtues despite the strong urge of greed for technological advancement? Now, I claim that man's greedy nature for technological advancement can be overcome by cultivating and embodying Confucian virtues and the practice of habituation, or through the practice of habituation. Now, to support this claim from Confucius, he says that in the practice of Li, harmony is the key, and if a person is apt in conduct and cautious in speech, stays near those who keep to the Tao and corrects himself thereby, he may be said to love learning. What this implies is that in addressing social issues and problems in society, one must conform to the practice of Li that is within the society. The principle of Li implies the rituals or practices that um, that a society conducts, and in result, once the people cooperate in practicing or embodying the virtue of Li, harmony will take place. And in addressing social issue, it will be much easier to develop solutions to the problem. Now, in the second part, a person is up in conduct uh, to the practice of Li as he immerses himself to the different practices and rituals in society. A person develops himself to love learning, and once he is, once he loves learning, he acts according to what is expected from him in society. Now, to quote from Confucius, he says that devote care to life's end and pursue respect for the distant dead. In this way, the virtue of the people will return to the fullness. Trustworthiness is close to righteousness. One's words are tested true. Reverence is close to Li. It keeps shame and disgrace at a distance. Now, the main point of this quote is that as we are the co-creator of God in this world, in this universe, or let's say the stewards of this world, we should have this sense of devote care to life's end and pursue the respect for those who passed away, because um, the call for social responsibility also implies the need for addressing environmental injustices. Hence, since environmental justice in accordance to the advancement of technology really calls our responsibility to take good care of other people's life, not just for our own benefit and desires, but also to the welfare of other people. Now, moreover, to support my claim from Hans Jonas, he says that certain developments of our power, human power, the nature of human action has changed. More so, the nature as a human responsibility is surely a novium to be pondered. As what I have said, that we are the stewards of this world. As technology advances, um, the nature of human action has changed, which is why Hans Jonas implies that there's a need for considering the traditional ethics that has been established over time, because responsibility or human responsibility in the modern world has now has developed a broader scope, and that is why nature to be taken care of should be addressed through new methods of ethics. Now, to quote from Hans Jonas, he says that act so that the effects of your action are compatible with the permanence of genuine human life, or expressed negatively, act so that the effects of your action are nor destructive of the future possibility of such life. Meaning to say, as human beings strive for technological advancement, the development of advanced technology that defies the capacity of human being, we need to make sure that our actions uh, conforms to the preservation of human life, not not the opposite. So, as human beings seek for more advancement in technology, we should keep in mind that our goal is to preserve the life of all human beings and not to destruct it or destroy it in a sense. Now, my insight for this discussion is that man's quest to create advanced technology can be both beneficial and detrimental to man's well-being. The continuous practice of cultivating and embodying Confucian virtues directs us towards attaining a good and ethical life. Moreover, applying the principle of Confucian virtues and Jonas' principles of social responsibility can lead us to live a harmonious life in the world that hopes to preserve human life rather than destroying it. Therefore, to conclude, the embodiment of Confucian virtues can help us act towards the preservation of human life, and man's inclination to technological advancement can be diverted to look after for the benefit of all people rather than being only for himself. That would be all. Thank you for listening, and God bless.